receiving flowers is always wonderful, right? I mean, how do you feel when you get given flowers? It could be to say happy birthday, it could be say I miss you, it could be to say congratulations, it could be to say I love you. Flowers are always smile inducing, but of course with real flowers, after a while, they start to fade. Tonight we are going to bring to you forever flowers, flowers that you can create yourself and that will raise smiles day after day, year after year. Welcome to the show. My name is Becky, this is Craft House, and if you want to learn how to create some of those fabulous flowers that you saw on the screen just then, you are absolutely covered today. We have got for you sensational deals, incredible offers and wonderful demonstrations from our craft expert today. It's the fabulous Michelle. Michelle, what are you excited about?
Everything on the show. What's there not to be excited about when it comes to our flower forming foam? And yes, I do say it's like one of those limerick things that you have to say slowly.
Yeah, it's like a lot of alliteration.
Twister,
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So very excited.
You've got some stunning pieces in front of you. Tell us a bit about these.
So this is one that I'm going to show you a little bit later on. That was the peony die, I think.
Mm-hmm. Lovely
peony, that's it. And then this is one from our design team, but this is the tulips. And I just thought, show you the little box that we've also got that you can get. But I must, excuse me, show you this. Okay. So this was done by Sarah. Sorry. Mirror.
There you go. That's our studio.
Sorry about that. I didn't even think when I picked it up. But this was made by Sarah in one of her craft alongs. So I had to show it. It's just beautiful. It's got such a selection of all the different flowers and all the different ways that, well, some of the different ways that you can use them also. I just had to show you that.
This really is a time for you to get involved, and what I adore about this is if you aren't maybe a specific card maker, don't worry, you can use these. If you're somebody who loves sewing, may I suggest Softer Side tomorrow? New fabrics that we've been looking at and going, they're honestly the nicest fabrics I think we've ever done. That's no word of an exaggeration. But yeah, you can use these with like your soft craft. You can use these for homeware. You can use these so many different ways. And let me tell you some of your options tonight. So we're gonna get started by having a look at our spring foam flowers. Now this is one of our largest individual collections. So if you love the look of the box that we've just shown you then, you have got that available to come along with it. It's a stencil that you can cut out yourself. With this one, you're also going to be getting all of those beautiful elements, such as your crocus, your peony, your I knew I was going to struggle with this. How would you say that? Ranunculus.
Thing.
Do you know what? I tried to write it down phonetically, but I've smudged it because I'm left-handed. So now it just says useful. I've also got in here the hydrangea. We have got the box in there as well. So you're getting all of those. If you want that as a collection, you have got it. Every single one of those, apart from this right here, has a die in it. I will just let you know the foam is separate, okay? But I'll tell you more about why that's out there in a moment. We have got for you all of that for £21.60 or $28 if you're platinum or if it's your first order. Second option for you, have a look at this. We have got for you the winter flowers. These ones really autumnal. If you're going to be planning on making your own wreaths, maybe to make yourself and sell, maybe you want to do Christmas table center decorations, you've got this here. What about if you're doing Thanksgiving baskets? Perfect for that as well. £25.96 or $32.33. And again, that's for everything that you are seeing here, including the likes of the holly. Now let's do the other flower forming die collection, and this one comes with 3 different dies in this collection. You're going to be getting the peony. I just want to point out to you, the peony itself is different from the pretty peony. The pretty peony has got other added elements, so don't kind of let that confuse you. I'll talk you more through the difference in a bit. In this one, you're getting that one. You've got the I absolutely adore these. I think that's kind of that winter rose-esque almost look. You're also getting the clover as well as the lily. So all of those ones you've got in there is £25 or $34. If you cannot decide and you want all of it, there is an option, and it's your biggest money saver. You are going to be saving nearly £41 or nearly $54, and you get it all, including the foliage green foams. You're going to get 7 A4 sheets of that in the 2 different colours. So you are going to be able to make and make and make. So it's completely up to you which option you go for. If you are anything like me and you know when you're watching some of Michelle's demos that this is the type of thing you are going to sit down and want to make now, next week, next month, next year and into the future, I'd go for the whole Kitten Caboodle. If you want to give it a go, maybe go for one of the smaller ones first, but pick which one speaks to you the most. We are going to dive on into our first demo, and I will just let you know that we are on our socials. Hello to you. Hi, Jennifer and Marilyn and Mary Pat. Hey, Mary Pat, you're back with us. We love that. Wendy's in. Hey, Christine. Jenny's in as well. Hello to you all. If you do want to get social, this is how you do it. Let us know what you're crafting tonight. Let us know what you're up to. Let us know how your weekend's going. We would love to hear from you if you've got any questions as well. For now though, should we head on over to Michelle? Let's do it. What are we up to, Michelle?
So what we're going to do is we're going to be using the pretty peony, which, like you say, is different to the peony, because this one not only comes with, so it comes with the flower dies, is it the calyx that is in the middle of a flower?
The what, sorry?
But it has the middle bit.
Right, okay.
And then some leaves. But this one, so these ones come with some stencils as well. So you've got 3 larger stencils to just draw around your foam rather than putting it through your machine. And obviously it means that you can make a much bigger flower.
Okay.
So which is always a good thing. So I think I'm going to have a go with the mini.
We've got the mini on show this evening.
So let's have a look. So I've got 4 pieces of foam. I've got a couple in the lemon and a couple in like the peachy colour. That's it. I'm not sure which one that one's from. They're the something florals.
Say that again, the ones that you're using right now?
Yes, the foams.
It's the pretty peony that you've got at the moment?
Yeah, the flower. I couldn't remember which the foam was from.
Oh, the foam, I'll tell you
foam,
that.
Sorry.
Well. No, it's all right. We'll find out for you. I mean, I have got autumn hues here, but it's definitely not as bold of a yellow.
No, it's the...
It's the ones I had on before, isn't it?
Yeah.
The ones I had on, 2 hours ago, and in that time it's completely
those,
forgotten.
Yeah.
Oh,
floral bouquet.
Oh, I can't wait for us to start our choir.
So, and then I'm going to go in with the green for this. So this is I don't know what that little bit is called, but it is very cool and very cute.
Would you say it's like an element of foliage to it?
Yeah, it's it goes right in the middle.
Got you.
I'm not a flat this. Oh my, can I just say, I don't know if I'm supposed to admit this, first time I've ever used this machine.
Right.
It just goes through so easily, it cuts out wonderfully. It's perfect, it's so much fun.
It's like butter, isn't it?
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely, just goes through, yeah. So that was so much fun, and we will definitely be using that again. Easy peasy. So now what we're going to do is, so I'm going to show you, so I will draw around and cut around this stencil, because I do have 2 of the bigger ones cut out. I thought you don't want to see me drawing round them all. So just draws onto your foam.
Do you have to be careful what you're drawing around it with?
I use a pencil.
Yeah.
Purely because it doesn't go on as dark as a pen.
Yeah.
And when obviously you've cut it out, if you can stick to the lines, unlike me, then you're fine. You're not going to have the lines of pencil on you. But once you've sort of inked it and heated it and stretched it out, you don't really see that anyway.
That's cool.
It's gone, so.
Alison's in saying, hi all. Wow, I've been playing with flower foam most of the day. Oh, serendipity, Alison. Do feel free to send in a picture and let us know what you've been doing. We'd love to see it and share it if that's all right with you. Carline's in as well saying, hi everyone, long time since I've been here watching my grandson while sneaking a peek. Oh, hello to you. Send a hug to your grandson from us as well. Loads of you getting in, just talking about your foam flowers. If you have made anything, you can email it to us if you would like to, because we would love to see them. If you would like to email them to us, the information is going to come in at the bottom of your screen in a moment. Just email the pictures over to us here and we can share them. That would be lovely. Thank you.
Do love to see everyone else's makes.
It's lovely to be inspired by other crafters because it's amazing how different things like this particularly can look.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's the same with it all, isn't it? You know, you give it to 50 different people and they'll all come up with something totally different, which is one of the things I love about this. We all see it differently.
Definitely.
Have a different vision. So you would probably take a little bit more time and be a little bit more careful. I would normally get Craig to fussy cut that out for me. The master of fussy cutting. So I'll just clear those to the side.
Okay.
I will grab my iron.
See, little travel iron.
Little travel iron, all ready. So I've already inked some up. I'll just ink these last few.
Okay.
So just give them a wiggle and they separate. I think I'm going to use the orange and the lemon tonic for these ones. I love how you can see there how bright they are. And I've actually used the quick dry ones. They're both water reactive, so I thought I'd give those. I always use the water reactive ones. So I thought the quick dry ones are still water based. So what if I can? That's a quick dry. Let me see if I can find a water reactive one.
All right. Whilst you're on that,
I can actually.
Lily is saying, hi everyone, I'm at the hair salon watching and getting a new hairstyle inspired by Debbie's new style. I love that, Lily, that's cute. Pam E has got a question as well. I've just got the pine cone one. It was the one I was missing. I hope Michelle demos it.
Oh, do you know what? It's like she read my mind.
Yeah.
I know that a few people tend to struggle just a little with that, so I'm going to show you a way that I do it that
built it up.
Yes, build it up.
Great.
So so like get my bits and bobs together. Right. So this is the one that I did earlier, and I used the orange on those.
That was on Play Your Crafts Right today, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I've used the orange on that. Once I've inked it and distress, well, I've inked it obviously, but once I distress it, we'll compare, see how different it looks.
So what are you up to now?
So I'm just heating my petal on the iron, and then I'm gonna, fold all the petals together, and for this one I'm gonna do the little zigzag motion at the end.
Okay.
Use my little distressing tool and just give it a good distress. And then it's actually, if you can see, it's a bit more intense is the colour than the water reactive one. Oh, the thing is, I think when you're using the water reactive, it is a little bit more subdued because of what we use it for. And the quick dry, it's quite nice and intense actually. But I love using this foam. It's it's not like normal foam that you would buy. So you know when you go to the shops and you buy the foam for the kids and they cut shapes out of it and things like that. A lot different because that's about 2 mil thick, and this is only between 0.6 and 0.8 depending on which ones you go for. Obviously different. Ours is obviously the best. I've used lots of foams, and this one just moulds beautifully. It really does. So let's again ruffle your edges.
And are you putting a little bit of pressure on, a lot of pressure on when you're doing that?
I'm going in quite firmly, but you do have to be careful that you don't tear your I mean, the thing is, it's a tiny little piece of foam, so if it gets a little tear, you can either bob it to the bottom of your flower where you wouldn't see it, or just use another piece.
You could stick a fake bug over it as well, couldn't you? Like a little butterfly or something. Oh,
You
no,
could.
not a butterfly. Michelle doesn't like butterflies. Because they, in her words, attack her.
They do. I'm not never ever going to live that down. Bob it on and butterflies. I've had it, haven't I?
Oh, here's a good question.
I'm going to heat another one up.
I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong. I do apologise in advance, but Heideco, possibly, is asking, if using cardstock, what weight do I use?
For what, making the flowers, or for a card
I would
base?
guess so. It's not been specified, but I would guess so.
Okay, so if you want a card base, I would go with our 300 GSM. It's a perfectly sturdy weight. But if you want to make these just out of, you can make it out of card, out of any of our textured papers. It depends how you could do it out of vellum. It depends what vision you've got for your flower, basically. But obviously the foam gives you such a different effect when you've made your flower as to what a piece of card would, because you would be able to. Yes, the foam's way more pliable, but with card, you're not going to get the same effects as what we're going to get here now.
But it is totally doable.
It's totally doable. I make flowers, with these all the time, and it's just a different technique. Obviously, it doesn't involve all this. But yeah, you can use any card, paper, vellum, acetate with these. It cuts them all out, obviously, like I said. The only thing that is different is the technique of how you would build your flower up together.
Yeah, definitely. And with the iron, it's quite important the type of iron you use, isn't it? You don't want to use like a really steamy one or
No, don't use
anything.
the steam iron, because the steam will, unless you can turn your steam function off, because the steam it just doesn't play well with these, the flowers. Use a medium to high heat. I mean, some people say the hotter the better, because it moulds it quicker. But definitely between medium to high. I tend to do a medium because I tend to burn myself.
Oh no.
So.
But you can tell when the flower is ready. It almost tells you itself, doesn't it? It is not the same as this, but when you cook mussels and they open when they're ready, a bit like that. Yeah.
So, see, I'm really scaredy cat of the iron, but you can see it bow off and look. It gives it that lovely cup effect if that's what you want in.
And you can just leave it like that, can't you?
Oh, yeah. So you just use your ball tool and just put it in the middle and give it until it cools down. Give it a little squish until it cools down.
Okay. Oh, Sharon is asking, can you buy just the foam? Yes, you can. And I will let you know exactly how. Sharon, just cast your eyes to the bottom of the screen now. There you go. You've got Flower Foam Collection. Now, this is your natural light floral bouquet and your foliage green, all right? You'll be able to see those pictures on the website, but of course these are the types of colours that Michelle's working with right this moment. So I will show you those a little bit closer later on. Loads of questions coming in, which is great. Keep them coming in. Wendy has said, sorry, I was distracted. How hot is the iron supposed to be? I've found mine. So are you crafting along with us right now with this, Wendy?
That's great. So between a medium and high heat, no steam function on, because that doesn't work well with the foam.
Interesting question from Khaki Blue. What else do folks use for heating besides an iron? Will an electric candle warmer be warm enough, or like a circa mini press? Good question.
I don't know. I know that people use lots of different things, and I think it's just a case of trying what you've got and seeing if it does affect the foam. Mm-hmm. If you can get it warm enough, I suppose that you can use it. I know you can get some specific, like crafting iron type thing. Look at my fingers. Things for stuff like this. There's specific craft irons, but that my travel iron cost me £8. So, and one day it might even get used for ironing as well. Never know. Stranger things have happened.
I will be honest. I've used my straighteners for things like this when in a bind.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Some people try their heat embossing tool or their hairdryer. If you can get it hot enough, and the thing is, you don't have to if you're stretching and plying it in between your fingers enough, you can get a very similar effect. Mm-hmm. It just takes a lot longer.
Got you. Okay.
So we're just using the big ball tool just to
ease them out.
Yeah, shape them
slightly.
I'm not going right to the end of the petal because I want to keep the distressed edge on that petal, but just gently moulding it round with each one.
If you do want these tools, I've got them for you on the show. You can either find them by shopping the show, or you can just wait a bit. I'll talk to you through them in a bit. Or if you know you want them and you need them, they are at the bottom of your screen right now. And you're going to get all of these doming tools, which are double-sided. You get 3 of those double-sided. You get that foam mat as well that you've seen lovely Michelle using to kind of shape them. And you get the little purple distressing tool as well. It's at the bottom of your screen right now if you want it. Oh, and it's a bargain. I just realised. It's good, that.
Yeah, so all I'm doing is I'm going to swap to one of the smaller ones because I've got a smaller petal. But this one's great because, like I say, you've got your 2 dies for the smaller ones, and then you've got your 3 stencils. So make nice big ones, big flowers with this one.
And I will just remind you, all of these that you're seeing cut out right here in front of Michelle, it's still only one of the die sets. It's the Pretty Peony, and that's it. In that collection, if you just want the smaller collection as opposed to all of them to treat yourself to, if you want the smaller ones, you are getting another 3 different flower dies on top of that, and you're getting the box former as well. So yeah, it goes to show just how much fun you can have with this. It's not like sometimes if you use a card die, for a card you might just use that die once. With these, you really get your use in, don't you?
Oh, you do. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, they're still the same die, the 5 different sizes. And obviously you can get so much out of your foam sheets as well with these because they're not huge. It's just so I'm having so much fun doing this. But these tools are an absolute game changer, I must admit, because I used to make flowers before our distressing tools came out, and distressing all the edges by having to roll for ages and ages. It's no good for RSI, carpal tunnel, finger cramps.
Or so just people like me who get bored easy.
Yeah, it makes it so much easier and quicker. And the thing is, as crafters, we want to make what we're doing and then get on with the fun bit of building it all up together.
Definitely.
So these tools make it so that one's quite small. What I'll actually do with that one, just all I'm doing, because that one's so small and my fingers are a little bit inky, I'm just doing exactly the same, but just with my fingers.
Okay. Baroness Agro has said, would a small quilting iron work?
If it gets hot enough, I would imagine so, yeah.
Perfect.
If you have, I don't know what a quilting iron looks like, but if it's one that's flat and you put your stuff on, obviously you just need to be careful that you don't burn yourself, careful not to leave your foam on there. We don't want like house fires.
Terry Lee has said, can you use an easy press?
I don't know what an easy press
No,
is.
that's why I asked, because I was hoping you would. Let me get my best friend, the internet, to explain, and then we might be able to answer. I'll look it up. Apparently, it's a mini craft iron.
Yes.
That is typically for vinyl.
That'll work then. I wouldn't put them into anything, but if you're putting it against something like you are with the iron, then yeah, I would imagine that would work fine.
Hideko, I keep saying your name completely differently each time, so I hope that I get it right at least once. How many of each petal are you making for one flower?
I've got lots here.
But it's kind of up to you, I suppose, isn't it?
It is. It's entirely up to you. Let me just find my piece of wire. It's entirely. It just depends on what kind of look you're going for. If you're wanting a nice big flower, then you know just keep going until you're content with it.
Yeah.
Or you know, I would say the minimum you would do is sort of 2 large, 2 medium. And maybe 3 of you small. But I don't think, there's really no hard and fast rule to it.
No.
Just, you know, have fun, see what it looks like as you're going on. So what I'm going to do is, so I've got, I didn't explain, so I've got my wire. I folded my stamens in half and then just grabbed it, threaded it through, close that, and then so I've got my stamens on there, and then I'm just going to thread them through the middle of each one. So I like to do them one at a time, because what I like to do is I like to just twist each one into the spaces of the ones above, of the petals above, and you can either put a little dab of glue. I use the hot glue just to keep it in place. But sometimes when you've got quite a bunch of stamens there, that keeps them on and not moving, because it's quite thick as the string.
I get you. Yeah. If you do like the look of the stamen, oh, well, what's your favourite colour? Do you like black? Do you like silver? Do you like pink? Do you like gold? Do you like antique colour? If you do, and I've got more, then we've got a massive set of them for you. They're at the bottom of the screen. You are going to be getting 1,600 double-sided stamen, and in loads of different colours. Your price is on screen right now. Today's price is only £11 or $16, even less than that if you're with us and you're platinum. So if you do want to treat yourself, because actually the stamen are great for these, but you can use them with your paper flowers, you can use them in homeware, can't you?
Yeah, there's so many uses, and the thing is, the stamens are double-ended, so obviously when you're folding them over, you're getting twice as many in a roundabout way.
You could use them as not dealy boppers, I can't remember what they're called, antennae for like butterflies and things like that, couldn't you?
Yes, you could.
I have mentioned butterflies again, and your face said it all. Other little cute creatures. Yeah.
So, just building that flower up.
Sorry, itchy nose then. I think that was a dog hair. Do you ever get that? I mean, I haven't seen my dog since yesterday morning, but yeah, sorry. Sometimes they just come off your clothes and go up your nose. That was an overshare.
Just a little. That's all right though. So.
Oh, that's looking great.
See, I just missed that petal there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back into that one and gently just shape that around my ball tool. And then
I would love to know at home, if this was the flower that you just made, what would you do with it? I was saying I'd make the wire I put through it bigger, and that would be a massive statement ring.
Yes.
You could put it on an old headband, and it could be like a headpiece. You could just put it on a Kirby grip, and that'd be a nice little sort of hair beret. There's loads you could do. Oh, a badge pin.
Yes.
Upcycle.
Yeah, we've got a little hair clip there with them on, but absolutely anything that you can imagine a flower could go on, it will go on. So what I did with these is I just touched them against my iron, waited for them to curl a little bit and brought them off. I don't want to do anything other than that to them. And then what I'm going to just do with these, I'm going to bob a little bit of glue on the bottom, find where I want it to be, and then just hold it. And then you see, I forgot to put my little green things in. They would have gone first round there. Oh. I'll show you on my other box. If you can see, that's where they would have gone. Oh. Just in the middle.
I get you.
But I got a little bit carried away. So I forgot to put them on.
I would have thought they go at the bottom, and I don't know why.
Like sort of underneath.
Yeah, we found out the word for it before, but I can't remember now.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
So.
Just to let you know, if you do want a glue gun and you are here in the UK, the info is at the bottom of your screen, but it is UK only, I am afraid. It does come with glue sticks as well. And what I will say to you is that glue gun gets used, 5, 6, 7 shows a week here at Crafters TV. It is not the standard £5, £6 one you get from your crafting shop. The temperature is great, you don't get really long tails, so if you do want to treat yourself, it's at the bottom of the screen. Again, UK only, I'm afraid.
So we also have this lovely stencil on the show to makes the flower box. In there, sorry.
Yeah,
so it makes that lovely flower box.
Looks great.
Do I have time to ink it up?
Of course you do.
Fabulous. Fabulous. So bring my little ink daubers in, and I'm going to use the Midnight, the Orange, Lemon Tonic and Strawberry Ale. So let's start with, which is my inside bit. So it means as I build my box, I'm going to ink the inside bits blue.
Cool.
So just get a piece of card to ink onto.
Oh, social teams getting involved. Add it to a beret or a headband, or make my own fascinator.
Yes.
Yes. Susie, you're on it. I've just had a great idea as well. I mean, I'm not tooting my own horn. Have you ever had a dress or an outfit that you absolutely love and then you slop something down it? Like, I've got this really cute play suit, and I was in a hurry one day and I dropped a little bit of nail varnish on it. Can't get it out for the life of me because it's like a bit of a funny fabric. Something like that over the top of it. Ta-da! Oh, a play suit. It's like a jumpsuit but shorts.
Yes, yeah. And it's this foam is washable. I don't know how you would wash it with the ink. I don't know how that goes, but the foam itself is washable.
It's washable. That's brilliant, isn't it?
It is.
Imagine a little one of these without ink on like a baby blanket or something. That'd look great.
Yeah, it would. Without ink.
Well,
that a big fat stain on the front of it. See, that's me. Yeah. I do recall someone telling me the other day a little story about how she went somewhere lovely and spilt a piece of meat down the front of her top and didn't realise it was there until she got home.
Yeah.
I'm mentioning no names.
Yeah, and she kept getting wafts of beef scents, didn't she? Yeah,
She kept saying, I kept smelling the dinner all night. It smelled beautiful, did this beef.
Yeah. bless her. Cecilia's saying, I would make a headband for my granddaughter. I love that. Oh my gosh, what you could do, I don't know how old your granddaughter is, but you could do loads of them in the middle and then make like a unicorn horn for like a magical unicorn headdress. That'd be so cute. I'd wear that.
That's lovely.
Pammy is saying, oh, it would be lovely on a purse or a beach tote. That's a great idea.
Exactly. I mean, they're perfect. You can attach them to anything, because all you'll do is you'll just cut your little bits off at the bottom, put some glue there to keep them all in place, and then just use a circle of maybe felt if you're putting it onto a headband, so it's not sticking into your head or anything.
Totally. And they are great for upcycling, because for those of you that don't know, I do have a business that I've had for a few years where I make and sell sort of upcycled shoes. So I do a lot of commissions for like weddings, personalised shoes and stuff like that. And one set of shoes that I must have, how many different types have I made? Probably about 30 or 40 different people have requested, are just fabric flowers similar to this, covering the entire shoe. They're so popular. And this is the great thing, everyone loves flowers, right? In fact, if you do want to see a picture of one of the pairs I did not that long ago, I did a daisy pair. I think they're on my Instagram, Rebecca Redican CC, if you do want to have a look. But flowers, everyone loves them, don't they?
They do. I've seen your shoes.
Yeah.
They are beautiful. But yeah, these would be perfect for that. Definitely.
I love the idea of the bags, though. I think that's a great idea. Bob them on your bag.
So... It does, doesn't it? It looks like candy corn.
What is candy corn?
It's an American candy, isn't it?
Oh wow. My producer Erin has just given me a description. It's like sugar congealed together with cornstarch or corn syrup, which I presume is not how they promote it on the packaging, but apparently it is delicious. Oh, I'll have to have a nosy at that then. Apparently some people love it, some people not a fan. Let me know what your description of it would be if you've tried it before, and if you're a lover or not.
I have a few American friends, and when it comes round to Halloween, they're like disgusted when people give them like the devil's sweet candy corn. It's disgusting. I don't know. I've never had it. Yeah.
Apparently there's quite a few people saying it's disgusting in the comments.
See, I think it looks delicious, but I think all sweets look delicious. So I'm just making my little box up. I got a little bit of ink on there, but we'll pretend it's not there. So it's really simple to put together. Is this this template? Just draw around it, cut it out, and then I cut the edges straight. I'll admit I'm not the best at cutting round. It's a beautiful template, but I'm not the best at cutting. You can't see it on there, can you? No. Round the little decorative bit at the top, which is not a problem. Either just cut it off straight or, just curve your corners. It's entirely up to you. There's always a right way around these things. So I'm going to just pop a little bit of ribbon around it. Get some tape pen.
Susie on socials just sent me a picture of, what's it called, candy corn? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And wow, it looks either like a really small traffic cone or like a really unhealthy tooth. Yeah, but it does look like, corn as in corn on the cob. That's where corn comes from. I thought it was like a foot thing, but I get it. Apparently it tastes nothing like corn. What about popcorn? Does it taste like popcorn? Nope. Oh, okay.
No. Maybe I'm really glad that I haven't tasted it then.
Yeah, me too. It's supposed to have flavour notes of marshmallow, vanilla and buttery caramel-like flavour notes.
See, that sounds delicious,
that sounds really
doesn't
good.
it?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. Sounds great.
So I did have a ribbon somewhere.
Ribbon.
There's like a ribbon thief in today because Debbie lost some of hers earlier, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
So we'll just cut that like that. So just put the ribbon round. And then to put, see, oh, where is that? There it is. So to put my flower in, what I've just got is I've got a bit of tissue paper and I'm just going to put that in there so it sits nice to the top. And then I'm just going to cut that bottom off and get my hot glue gun.
If you don't have any tissue paper like this lying around, but you do have one of our subs boxes, you could always use
I was just going to say that,
couldn't you?
Yeah.
We did launch a new subs box today. If you did want to find it, it's number 41. You can have a little nosy.
Yeah, that would be perfect for it.
Looks.
So, and just press that in, and then I think we'll stick this one in the little corner. So just a big dollop of hot glue, and then we'll put that one in there. And I'll just squish that up, make it look more like a budding one rather than a full one. And no, my ribbons, no magic fairies brought my ribbon back. But the boxes are lovely to just display your flowers.
Mm-hmm. It just looks brilliant. I adore the colours you've gone for. I think it looks so joyful. And I don't know about anyone else, but I would be chuffed as Larry on a Sunday, if Larry's off on Sundays, if I got that. I think that's brilliant. I've just thought about it as well. You know, you could put a weight at the bottom of it and it could be one of those balloon weights, couldn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. Of course it could. But that's the one that I did earlier with no ink. So I didn't ink that one up at all. Mm-hmm. And then obviously I've used the orange and the lemon tonic ink on that one.
That's brilliant.
Same dye, same foam, just inking and not inking, depending on what.
It's great, isn't it? It just goes to how different it is. Speaking of inking, actually, Laura M is saying, hello, what is the best way of colouring a whole sheet of foam? I really want to make lots of purple flowers to decorate my kitchen.
Well, I've never done a whole sheet, but I would just ink it up. Just get one of your blending tools and just ink the whole sheet. It would obviously it'd take a long time to ink a full sheet up, and you would have lovely coloured hands by the time you'd finished with that one. But I would imagine that you can do that, yeah.
I would say to you, Laura, I'm not entirely sure of the shade of purple of your room, but I have got some sort of purple inspired colours coming up for you. It might not be quite right.
See, that would be perfect, because if you cut that out and then just ink your edges with a deeper purple,
yeah,
you've got a blended purple flower.
Yeah, you've got that ombre effect.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
If you have looked at this in awe, as I'm sure a lot of us have, and you would like to be able to create this, all you're really gonna need is a little bit of wire, and the wire that lovely Michelle used was it's a floristry wire. You can use any kind of type of wire. If you purchase wire such as copper wire, a 0.6 or a 0.8 is great. If you need a bit more info, we will talk more about it later. So all you're really going to need is a bit of wire, maybe a bit of ink, and a die cutting machine. Now, die cutting machines, the big ones, understandably, can cost a few X amount of pounds. If you have loved this and you just want to give it a go, this is maybe your first foray into creating elements like this, may I suggest this today? Because this is a machine with the power that we here at Crafters Companion is known for, but very small, delicate, hand-led, poppers on the base of it so that it will attach to any surface really, really nicely, so you don't have to fight with it, and also they pop off beautifully too. With this today, it's a bit extra special because not only should it normally be £43 or nearly $62, but you're getting the machine, you're getting a carry bag for it, which when you put it in, it has space for other little dies, and you also get the plates that you need. So if you've never done this before, you're going to be running them through the machine. That's where your dies go. It cuts through your foam and you can make your foam flowers. This is really useful for you. It comes with instructions and extra goodies as well. You've got a massive saving on that. And don't forget that if you are like me and you maybe travel a bit, maybe you've got a caravan or you like to go camping, or your partner tends to drive, you're in the back of a car, you want to keep yourself busy, or maybe you go on the train a lot, you don't have to plug this in, you can craft on the go. If you've got your mini and you love it, so it maybe needs some more new plates, because I mean, you'll have these a while if you've never used it before, but they will, as with things like this, use in time. Let me offer to you a stock up on your collection of mini plates. We're going to be saving you over 25% on these plates today. I won't talk you through these plates too much because if you've already got a mini and you're topping up, you'll know what they are, but I will let you know you're getting the plastic folders. This is a pack of 3. This is a pack of 3. This is one of the plastic shims, so you've got all of them in there. It's just £7.98 or $11.90 to stock those up. We're talking foam flowers today, the flowers that continue to bloom day after day, week after week, month after month, and year after year. If you do want to be able to create them, you're gonna need foam. So let me bring to you some foam now, if I may. I have got the flower forming foam here. These ones are 9 inches by 12 inches, so you're going to be able to get a whole heap of flowers out of these. And this one that I'm bringing to you here is the collection that has the variant of colours. So you're going to get a sheet of each of these colours that you can use on those different flowers. I've then got the foliage colours, so 2 different shades of your green. If you're going to be doing your floras, your faunas, you're going to want these colours in there. And then one of my favourites, I've got the purest of white. The reason I love this is you can make it any colour you want. You could make each petal a different colour. You could do rainbow flowers with this. You could keep it pure and simple white if you wanted to. You can make this kind of whatever you want. Think of this as your blank canvas. We have got for you today £11.98 on this one, and it is a platinum price of $9.58 for you, $15.92, and that's for all of them. Shall we get inspired with some of your pickies? Let's do it. You've been sending in your photos. Thank you so much for that, Corinne. Wow. Oh, and that's using a liftable. That's really good, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, you've got that liftable kind of peeping out. That looks great, Corinne. Thank you for that. We've got one in from Alison as well. Oh, wow. Alison likes your colour palette, doesn't she?
That's lovely.
I love that one.
So pretty.
Another one in from Corinne now. Oh, do you know what I like about this? You've looked at Alison's and you're thinking, oh, that's lovely, kind of, you know, mature growing. And then you're looking at Corinne's and you're like, oh, that's kind of like party flowers. Yes. They feel quite different, don't they? And that's just because of the colour. Corinne, thank you for that. We did have Laurie send some in as well. I'm sorry, the format didn't quite work. We haven't been able to see it for some reason. We can't get it over the way you've sent it. But thank you so much for sending that in. If you do have another way, do feel free to let us know. Okay, so whether you are going for the smaller option, the medium option, the larger option, or the whole Kitten Caboodle, make sure you're checking out those baskets now. And let me remind you, if you have a little look in your emails, you haven't looked at them, yesterday we sent you a code, 10% off for yourself, 10% off for a friend, okay? Lasts for a little bit of time, but I would say to you, if tonight's the time that you want to treat yourself, get that code, because you can get it off all this, the Stamen, the foam, and so much more. Whilst you're checking out those baskets, check this out. We're going to learn a little bit more about TTV.
had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Well done to you all who've checked out your baskets. Congratulations, you can sit back, relax now because we've got loads more demos to come. We have got the spring foam flower collection currently up on your screen, and this has got a whopping 35 elements into it. If you've never done flower forming before, this is the perfect show to watch because I have actually got everything in the show that you need, including the mini die cutting machine. Like, you've got everything. If you would like to see this set, take a little look because you're getting loads in here. Ignore the green foam for me. You don't get that in here. The only reasons that's there is because you get it in the largest bundle. In this though, you are going to be getting those wonderful crocus. You're getting the pretty peonies. You're getting the hydrangeas. You're getting the box as well. You're getting the ranunculus. I feel like I need to think of a way of remembering that. Ranunculus. Like, oh, you're ridiculous. Oh, you're ranunculus. I'll work on it. You're getting all of that in there. We've also got your winter designs as well. So these are for your autumnal designs, including the likes of your pine cone in here. You have got your poinsettias in there as well. This kind of collection with the holly in there also. You're getting the autumn leaves too, the little green shakers. And as well as that, you're getting the Christmas rose. All of those designs you can create. If you want these colorways, stay with me, I'll let you know more in a second. So all of that today, if your platinum is just £20.77, which is epic. Like, it's incredible for the amount you're getting in there. Not just got that though for you, I've also got to be bringing to you your other flower forming collection, and this one has got 3 different shaped flowers. Please do note that when I'm saying it's got sort of 3 different shaped flowers, I mean there's 3 different styles, but as you can see, each one of these sets have multiples of different dyes within them. So with that one, as you can see, you're getting the clover, which I absolutely adore. You have also got in there the peony. That's not the pretty peony, just to let you know. It is slightly different to the other one, and you're also getting the lily as well. If you do, as I mentioned, need some foam, we've had some really lovely floral hues of foam, and we've had the foliage colour. I will also mention to you though that if you want to head on over to our website, and the info is just there, you pick which one you need to use at the bottom, and you can find the likes of these online. So let me tell you the name of them. We have got for you your autumn hues. If you want this, type it into the box, the search box, you'll find it. Or if you would like your holiday hues, then type that in as well. So these are the ones. In the US of A, it is $12.95 or $9.99 here in the UK. So have a little nosy if you want to add more, because if you're anything like me, when you get dyes like this, you become slightly obsessed. Do feel free to stock up. If you do want everything that I've just shown you, apart from those two foams, everything I've just shown you, I've got you covered as well. This is one of the biggest savings, and this is definitely the one that will keep you crafting, because I have got, if I were to put it this way, I have got my spring, summer, autumn winter collection within this. So we are bringing to you all the Kitten Caboodle, all of those dyes, including the foliage green foam, and it is just £77 or $101.33. Remember, you have got that 10% off voucher hopefully in your email, so if you are trying this out, you know, you're getting 10% off whichever one you go for. These are really special. If you have just tuned in and you're thinking, I like the look of those things that are dotted around, how do I make them? Well, we've got the perfect lady for you. She's got hair like a superhero. It's the wonderful Michelle. Yes.
So I'm going to show you how to make the pine cone. I know someone asked earlier as well, so I thought we'll go in with this next. I do it a little bit different, I think.
Okay.
But it just enables you to be able to build it up to make a bigger pine cone, rather than it sort of being stacked a little squished.
Okay.
So I've got a piece of the brown from the forest hues. You've literally just said it, and I've already forgot.
The autumn hues.
I was just testing, I was.
Oh, I like you. You keep me on my toes.
Well, I like to try. So I'm just going to lay all of them. I'm going to lay all of the dies that come with this one out. And I'm going to use my Big Gemini because I want to put them all through together all at once. But obviously they do all go through that wonderful mini. They're just the perfect size for it, but I'm just wanting them all on there all at once, so I'm doing it this way.
That's brilliant. So many people giving you love. Beth is saying, so pretty, Michelle. Nia's saying, love your makes, Michelle. We've got Barbara saying, great show so far. Love the flowers and vase, Michelle. Great job.
Oh, thank you.
Lovely.
So I'm going to run it through again, just to get lots more pieces. Which one am I going to... So I'm going to take one of the smaller ones, the smallest, because some of them have got 3 petals and some have got 5. So I'm going to take the smallest 5-petal one because I want more of those than I do the others, because they're what I'm going to use to help build it up. Just the static, they just stick to you.
They love you.
I'm gonna, because we obviously, you know, they do cut out multiple layers, so I'm gonna put that on 4, and then I'm gonna run these all through. I'd rather cut out more and not use them all, because I just put them back in my packet and then save them for later, and then when I come to make my next project, I'm happy that, I've already got some cut.
They'd be quite nice actually. Now I'm thinking for, what do you call it, like confetti type thing when you put table confetti down.
Yes.
These would be quite nice for something like that. And then you could just collect them up at the ends and then still use them for your flowers, couldn't you? I mean, once you cut them and they're flat.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, because my son got married a little while ago. And they had the petals. But they were silk petals that they actually had all over their tables. But these would have worked obviously just as well.
Got you. Stacey's just asked, can you use any flower dyes with the foam, or is it just these ones on tonight's show?
So, you can use any flower dye with the foam. All I would suggest is if you're wanting to use your stamens, then you need to make sure that the flower dye you use has got enough room in the middle. See where your petals, sometimes some flower dyes, your petal cuts right down. So when you try to thread your stamens through, it's just going to rip. It's just not going to work. But if you're going to use a gem or a bead or a button in the middle, then go for it, any flower dye. But just be mindful of your stamens will rip the ones that your petals cut right into. But yeah, any flower dye at all.
Hope that helps, Stacey.
So, I thought someone had stole my foam as well. So just give these a wiggle to just separate that end. And already, going through the Gemini, has already thinned the foam down enough that if just the difference between the foam as it is, obviously, I don't know if you'd be able to see how thin that already is, just from going through the Gemini, is brilliant. So just with, if you didn't add no heat to just distress those, just with the power of the Gemini, it's thinned it down
really
lovely.
Nicely. That's great. I just had a message in from Pam. She says, how many layers of foam should you attempt to cut through at once? You did 4 earlier on. Would you go any more than that?
I did. I think you can do 6 or 8. I think it would definitely do 6 or 8 at least.
Great.
Maybe that should be my next challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will have a go.
Yeah. Jenny is saying, I'm inspired to create with mine. Gonna stock up on more foam. Good on you, Jenny.
Absolutely.
Have fun.
Definitely. So I'm just making sure that I've got them all in size piles so I know what I'm doing. So just giving them all a bit of a wiggle to separate them because they can be a little bit tricky.
They're just lovely. They already look kind of cool, don't they?
Yes, they do. Oops. This is the most
time-consuming
bit, I think.
Just taking them apart from each
other? Just separating them all.
Especially
when you've got no nail. I need Debbie and her nails, don't I?
Yeah. They look great.
But yeah, just give them a wiggle and they do come apart.
Wendy is saying alcohol or water-based ink?
I use the water-based because of the way it blends. I've never used the alcohol ones, so I can't see why not. Really, I mean, people use all sorts. People use the chalks, the pastels, the gelatos. So, you know, you can really use most things, because the foam, it soaks up the ink, which is brilliant. So I can't see why not, but give it a go. So what I'm going to do now with each of these is put that on there. And I want to, if you can see the petals bubbling out, so I'm going to, I'm not going to distress these ones. These are just going to be nice and bubbly.
Bubbly?
Bubbly, yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So sometimes they get a bit carried away, and let me use my bigger one. So I'm just going to, the whole of the petal, I want to shape round. I want it to sort of emulate the ball shape. I am trying to be careful because you don't want to, the middle, you really don't need to stretch it out as much as the petals. And if the middle bit stays a bit firmer anyway, that's even better because it helps when you're threading your stamens through. So again, just shaping it gently round the ball tool.
Beth's saying that she actually uses an embroidery or tapestry needle for the centre of them. It's quite a good idea as well, isn't it?
Yeah, and these tools are brilliant, but yeah, use whatever comes to hand and works for you.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I think as crafters, we all pick up something and use it for something it's not even meant to be for, but we can find that, I think, as crafters.
Yeah,
We're very
definitely.
canny. Oh, that was a northern word, wasn't it?
Yeah, for those
We're
who don't
canny
know
lasses.
what canny means, how would you describe canny?
We're canny. I don't know, we can turn our hand to anything.
Yeah. Yeah, canny is like, even turn your hand to something isn't something that, right, okay.
So
go on.
We're canny, so we can do anything with anything.
Yeah. So we will, if you can turn your hand to anything, it might mean that, you're good at card making, but you will also be very good at flower foaming, okay? And then canny means that if you are looking at, say you're looking at a fruit bowl, so other people might look at it and go, that's a fruit bowl. But us as crafters might go, yeah, it's a fruit bowl. But also, if I put fabric around it and turned it upside down, it could be a bonnet. Or if I were to weigh it down, it could be a doorstop. Do you get what I mean? Well, I don't know if that was a good one. But yeah, that's kind of it, isn't it?
Well, my kids say to me, I'll say something, or a word or a phrase, and they'll say, what does that mean? And I'm like, I don't know what it means, I just know how to use it.
Oh, Terry Lee has asked a question. Are there dyes to make sunflowers? I am loving autumn blessings and think sunflowers would be great. That's a lovely idea. We've not got sunflowers on today.
No.
I'll be totally honest with you, I'm not 110%. But we were actually mentioning before, weren't we, off air, and maybe on air, that although these flowers do look like things, depending on how you treat them, they can almost look like other flowers, can't they?
Oh, absolutely. And I would imagine that we've got so many that I would imagine that one of them you would be able to turn sunflower looking.
I was just thinking then, okay, imagine you got the likes of the pine cone, I'm sure there's better ones, and you just did them flat, and then you got the black stamen and put those, as opposed to just one section in the middle, did a few around, they'd look like your sunflower seeds.
Yes, oh yeah.
Maybe.
There you go, look, that were a bit canny.
Hey, canny, perfect, in context.
So the smaller ones, I'm just waiting till they bubble out. I've got one of my smaller ones and I'm just pressing it down. Let it cool off a little bit. And then you've just got a little bubble.
Barbara has said that she has cut 4 to 6 layers of her phone in her junior Gemini, and it cut absolutely fine.
Fab.
So that's good going.
We'll have to challenge that and see if we can get more.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Rosalind saying, well, this weekend's been productive. So far I've used my Gemini Junior, me foil press, me Platinum 6, me Marquise, and me Mini Evolution. Blimey!
Nice.
I love the idea of just Rosalind just surrounded by crafting materials, like a sort of crafty lair, just kind of mischievously laughing to yourself. Anyone else see that? Maybe I've been listening too much to things about the new Bond film, possibly.
Oh, just a little.
I hope you're having a great time, Rosalind. That sounds fab.
It just sounds fun. We'll be round in about an hour. So all I've done with those ones, I've just bubbled them up. I'm not going to distress any of these that I'm wanting because I want that effect for the pine cone. So I'm just going to finish the rest of them off.
Are you going to go and watch the Bond film, do you think, Michelle?
No, I'm very much like what Debbie was saying the other day. I used to watch the old ones with my parents, and I I don't know, I think I grew up and left home and weren't forced to watch Bond every Christmas because there's always one on at Christmas, isn't there?
Oh, aye.
And sort of got out of it. I've caught them on TV a few times and thought, oh, that looks really good. But then never really. No, I'm more of a horror fan.
Oh, wow.
Love a good horror.
Are you? Oh, that's not me.
I absolutely poop myself. Am I allowed to say that? Okay.
Fine.
And especially when I was younger and I'd watch a horror, go to bed and leave the light on.
Oh.
And it was like, well, what's the point? And it's like, I enjoy being scared. I just don't enjoy being scared when I'm going to bed.
Oh, yeah,
That's
I can get that. I can get that. If you would like to treat yourself to the pine cone, which is what the lovely Michelle's currently working on, but you would also like some added extra winter treats, let me tell you, the Winter Foam Flower Collection 27 Elements is currently on your screen. In here, you are going to be getting the pine cone. You have also got the Christmas rose. You've got the winter leaves, the poinsettia, and the holly in there as well. So if you would like to seize the moment on those, then absolutely do. And don't forget to have a little look to shop the show at the other treats we've got on, including the Stamen today. Oh, look in the top corner. That's not my face anymore. Is it live? Oh, it is. Yeah, I was just checking. Yeah, it is. I didn't know if that was a pre-recorded thing. Snazzy. So yes, do feel free to treat yourself.
So all I'm doing is what I did with all the others, but except for with the bigger ones, I shaped them round my ball tool. These smaller ones I don't really need. So once I've heated it and put it on there, I'm just putting my ball tool in the middle, giving it a squish and a twist, letting it cool down a bit, and then they're coming out statically perfect.
That's great.
They do stick to you though. So yeah, so I've just got a couple left to do, and then we will.
Although they do stick to you, they're not hot when they touch you at all, are they? So it doesn't.
No,
it's not.
Definitely not. They've cooled down enough.
Yeah. And remember that the ball tools that we're looking at the moment, I have got on show for you. I'll show you them more in a short time. But also they are specifically designed so that the heat doesn't penetrate through the tool. So it's kind of a safety measure as well as actually a tool that's really beneficial to the forming of these. If you do need the tools, and they are the things you need for this, then they are at the bottom of the screen. But if you're not entirely sure what you're getting, don't worry, I'll talk you through it in a bit.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a few of my Stamen. It doesn't matter what colour because I don't really want to be able to see them anyway. But I want, maybe that's, no, I'll do a couple, just a couple. So the same as always, get your stamens, fold them in half, and then your florist wire, just thread through the top and hook it.
And you can make that piece of wire kind of as long as you want, and you can keep it, you could go wild with it, couldn't you, really, if you wanted? Yeah,
I mean, I know a lot of people I tend to use quite a thick wire.
Yes.
I know a lot of people use a lot thinner wire, and I don't think it really matters, as long as it's not too thick that it's not going to go through your flowers without leaving a huge hole in the middle. Then it's just a bit of personal preference, really. Right, so with this, we are going to start. Where are we going to start? We're going to start small. So we're going to start at the top. So I had to work that out in my head for a minute. So with them facing up, so the bubble going up, we're just going to put that on there and take it all the way to the end. Like I said, I don't think it matters if you see them, but I don't really want to see them. So what you can do is just glue your top petals round. And then what I'm going to do is, so this next one I'm going to put on, I'm going to put it on the opposite way.
Okay. So
it like sits on it. So I'm going to put it on that, instead of that way. So instead of the same way, I'm going to turn that one that way.
Okay.
So what that's going to do is going to give you a little bit of space in between your layers.
Got you.
To pad it out.
All right, and build it.
So now I need to try and concentrate. And some of them, when you heat them up, some of them will shrink a little bit smaller than some of the others. So just use your smaller ones to the top. Even though there was the same sized eyes, just the nature of the foam, they just shrink a little bit.
In the way that we're doing the shape now, you're kind of imagining that the petals and the base, if you imagine it like a cup, so you want to kind of go, this is the way I'd think of it. If it's like this, then you go together and then apart, then together,
that's
then apart. Tip to base, tip to base, tip to base. So that's what makes it look more pine cone-esque, is it? That's good.
It is.
It's a good technique.
And because you've sort of got them sat like that, I don't know if you can really see that, because they're sat like that, it's giving that extra depth in between each layer, which is giving you a bigger pine cone, rather than if you sat them all the same way, they would, I mean, you could get round it, you could, glue in between them, but I just find this way nicer, prettier. It's just the technique that I do. So the little 5 petal one I'm going to put on, we'll say upside down. And then that one. A
bit like cupcake, bases, what are they called? Like the paper cupcake or muffin pots.
Yeah.
Almost like if you sit them all in the same direction, they all sit perfectly together. But if you put them top to tail, they'd go up and up and up, wouldn't they?
That's it. And don't feel like you need to squash them all together. If you can see now how it's taking shape. You don't feel like you need... Each one, if you just put a little dab of glue, hot glue, it keeps them exactly where they are then.
That's a great tip.
So we'll put bottoms up. No, we've already got a bottoms up. Let's do a not bottoms up, arms up.
Stacey is saying, I can remember watching a Bond with my mum and dad at a weekend, and I had to go to bed after it because it was the 9 o'clock film, and then bed for school the next morning. I loved the ones that were a bit longer. Oh yeah, that mischievous moment of getting to stay up a bit later. Hello to Anne, who's saying, there was a daisy dye. If you made them yellow, I guess they could look like small sunflowers. That's a good idea.
Of course there was a daisy dye, yeah.
Great idea. Deborah's in saying, I wish mine were as pretty as hers, and then in brackets, Michelle's.
Thank you. Trust me, they weren't like this to start with.
Bit of practice, is it?
It's a lot of practice. It's not a lot of practice. You practice with anything, it is fun. It's just, it's having that play again, like I've said before, having a play with it, seeing what else you can do with it. You get that idea in your head and you think, oh, I wonder if this will work. So give it a go. It will either work and be fabulous, or it won't, and you just throw it away. Right. It really is. Quite that. I know. But these do take a little bit of practice and a little bit of patience while you're doing them, and they take a while to do. But it's absolutely worth it. Absolutely worth it.
And the thing is, say it takes you, I don't know, to make quite an elaborate piece, let's say it takes you 3 hours. That piece is going to last possibly 3 decades. Do you know what I mean? So actually, for the time it takes you, isn't actually that much. And it's quite a restful practice, isn't it, flower foaming?
Oh, it's very much like colouring. You sort of get a little bit lost in it. So, the tongue comes out and you start concentrating.
Sorry, Khaki Blues just asked, so, just to double check, are you altering the layers like cup up, cup down?
Yes. So, I mean, I've run out of my little ones, which is what I cut out with this. So just cut out more of those, and then as you're going down, you can see where the cup up, cup down goes. And it just... So I'm not going to put any more on that because I've run out of my string. So if I hadn't used the stamens and did just use a little bit of string with a knot in the top, obviously you can make the piece of string longer, and then you can make, a bigger or smaller. This can be a baby pine cone.
Yeah.
So that's literally your pine cone done. So I will just make sure that's on.
Okay.
And then just bob a bit of hot glue.
Could you actually leave the wire in though if you wanted to?
Well, you could do,
Yeah.
but because I use a thick piece, I don't. I remove it. If you're wanting to make flowers on a stem for in a vase,
Yeah.
you could use the florist tape, you know, the green florist tape.
Yeah.
And a cocktail stick or a little wooden skewer, and then glue that to the top, and then use your florist wire to come down, so it obviously looks like a green stem. And as you're going down, sort of, you get so far, and then put one of your leaves on, and then wrap it with the florist wire, put another leaf on, so you've got that looking more realistic as well. So that is my pine cone.
Oh, it's so cute. Isn't that brilliant? So there is your lovely 3D pine cone, and if you did want to recreate that, do feel free to treat yourself to that winter bundle, that we have got for you. So this is the lovely pine cone. And actually, if you wanted these sort of little sections in the middle to be even more subdued, I have got like an antique bronze set of stamens that would make it really disappear. So up to you, of course. We have got a selection of tools, as you have seen Michelle use, and these are the tools that we are suggesting you treat yourself to today so that you can get that great finish, because I reckon we've all done it, right? Where you think, yeah, but if I try it with X, Y, and Z instead, then surely it's okay. And then sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't work that well. Actually, if you just got the tools in the first place, it would be easier and time saving and possibly more cost effective. If that has ever been you, these aren't expensive anyway, are they, to get all of those that you've seen Michelle use? They are just $14.99 or $19.95. I've then got the stamens. Now these have been popular, and I am not surprised at all because there is oodles in here. So 1,600 double-sided stamens you're getting here. This is going to last you a fair old time. Let's imagine you're going to use 3 of these on each flower. Yeah, that's going to last you a long time. Let me show you my colours. 400 of those deep, rich, inky black. I love the detail on these. They've got that real jet appeal. Then I've got the pure white. If you are maybe doing the likes of bridal, etc., then these are perfect. I'm also thinking, because of the material, you could colour them if you wanted. Then I want to bring to you my baby colours. Some of these are very much the colours for spring, summer next year, which is really on trend. These are more muted, a little bit more baby hued. And finally, our pearlescents. These look great with some of our wonderful Centura pearlescent cardstock. They've got the same sort of finish. So you've got, again, all of these hues in there, including your metallics. If you would like all of those together today, if you're brand new or platinum, it's just £8.80 or $12.80. Do remember to have a little look at that 10% off discount code we've emailed to you. You and a friend could use it, but do get a jump on that as quick as you can so you don't miss out. So not only have we got that, we've also got some glue for you as well today, because you may well want to use these flowers to stick on to a card, for example, like this. If you would, I've got different types of glue here for you. We have got 3D glue, which can actually help form flowers. So if you wanted to use it at the back here, you can actually create even more of a domed effect. I've got for you your Kalau glue, your all-purpose glue. That's great for using if you want a rock solid finish. Then I've got your tacky glue, which is lovely if you want to use it on, for example, pearlescent design. Let's have a look at some more photos, shall we? Let's have a little nosy at some more photos. If you do have any flower inspired, oh, they're mine. If you have any flower inspired designs, then do show us. I mentioned to you before that I have a business that essentially people will ask me to do commission pieces of footwear for them at events. And I said one of my most popular ones is sets of flowers. They're really, really popular. And this is actually a set of daisy shoes that I did. This was for an event. I actually got this commission when I was at a craft fair. But yeah, this one was for a honeymoon photo shoot that people were having, and she wanted, it was very sort of quintessential English picnic, and that's the design she wanted. So yeah, imagine doing something like that with your flowers. You could use your flower foam. I always suggest that you'll use like an outdoor spray. You can get big bottles of them for, you know, sort of £8-9, and then they will last and last. But that would look so cool with those flowers, wouldn't it? If you would like to maybe create your own flowers out of foam, then we have the opportunity for you to do that. If you want the clover, the lily and the peony design, here is your chance to get it. And they really are spectacular. In fact, one piece that I haven't shown you yet, but I really, really, really want to, is, I don't know who made this, but I think it's pretty good.
I think I've seen that before.
Have you? Have you? Where have you seen it in your house?
Yes.
Have you?
Yes,
yeah,
you did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
So this is when Michelle was working on our design team with us before she joined our TV team. But yeah, look, it's great that, isn't it? And this is using these flowers. So if you do want to get them, you can grab it. I will say to you, if you've been looking at this card here and you've been thinking to yourself, I'd like to recreate that, you may well be looking at the doily dies in there. I've got the doily and I've got some butterflies for you as well. So let me tell you about these, because they do give you this wonderfully lace-like look. And I will say to you that dependent on the fabric you use, as long as it's not too thick, you will be able to cut this out in fine fabric, so it will look like a sort of lace doily. You get the border and that center element. Then I'm bringing to you your dainty butterflies, and these are magnificent because they really do cut out really gently and delicately. It's a really nice intricate design that gives you lots of movement, sways and swirls. When you think of flowers, you may well do think of your butterflies. These are the ones I'm talking about. So they could be a perfect pairing for you. If you would like to treat yourself, you know what to do. Head on over to our website right now. The info's at the bottom of your screen as to how you can get involved with us. Okay, we have got so much more to bring you, including inspiration. Please don't forget, if you have got questions, lovely Susie on social tonight, she's sending some of your questions through to me, and as I get them, I'll ask them as soon as I can. So let's dive on into another make. Where are we heading to next, Michelle?
So these are from, I think these was the original ones that we released, and this is the clover one. And I'm going to make a rose with it. I'm going to attempt to make a rose with it. So these come with just the 3 dies. It's the newer ones that will come with the stencils as well. But this is, I think this is my all-time favourite one, I must admit. Because this is the one that I discovered that you could make into a rose. And I was like, oh, rose.
I love that. Stacey's asked a quick question. I'm not sure. Okay, do you offset them when putting them on wire? Oh,
I do.
Get what you mean? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. That's why I do it one at a time, because I will put one on and then the next one on, I will twist it round until it sort of sits in between the other petals.
Great. Great.
So again, using my big one, but they all fit perfectly through the midi that is coming home with me.
Are you slightly in love?
There's so much that gets snuck in my, I want to sneak in my bag as I'm leaving.
Yeah, love that. If you do want the mini, it is on show today, and it comes with the plates you need and a snazzy bag as well.
Oh, we should have done the challenge. So
we'll find time
I need
to
to cut
that.
some green out.
Okay.
So let's see how much I can. So what have we got? 2, 4.
Okay.
6, 8.
8. 8! 8 layers.
Go.
8 layers.
Let me, no, I don't need to tape it down. So 8.
Right.
Let's go.
And that's running through your large die cutting machine again.
I thought it wasn't going to go through then. It was just me not pushing it properly.
Right. That's 8 layers.
So that was 8 layers of foam.
And it's gone through fine.
Gone through perfect.
That's ace, isn't it?
So let's see if it's cut all the way through.
Oh yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, don't touch it yet.
It's gone through. It doesn't necessarily have cut all the way through. All the way through. 8 layers.
8 layers!
And it's just all popped out perfect.
That's great.
Maybe we need to try 16 next. Let's not
Or we
get too
could just
carried
go
away.
9, but no, I like it.
Go big or go home. So again, I'm just going to give them a bit of a wiggle, and it just releases them from each other, and they peel apart.
Brilliant.
Lovely. Wiggle.
Hello to Faye, who's saying they look lovely. Marisol's saying, I like the tips Michelle gives. Hello to Marisol saying, I have to get these flower forms.
Absolutely.
Hi as well to Lily of the Valley saying, I have this flower forming tool and it is an absolute must. Must have for everyone who makes flowers. I love this too, and that's from Lily of the Valley. Thank you very much for that. If you did want to treat yourself and you want like your essential buys, a tip from myself would be make sure you've got a die cutting machine. We've got the mini on show. Pick one of these 3 collections. There are 4 if you want the whole Kitten Caboodle, but you could just get one of the smaller ones. Make sure you grab your tools and make sure you have some foam, and you're gonna have a great time. But that's all you need to get your hands on if you are brand new and want to give this a go. So it's quite cool because it's not like there's stacks and stacks and stacks of things you have to buy, is it?
No.
Oh, the Stamen could be helpful, but they're only a couple of quid. But there's not loads and loads and loads you have to buy with this. It's not a big outlay, if I'm totally honest, actually. Even down to the fact of just you only really need the mini, which is, 20-something quid, isn't it?
For what you can do with them, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, look, that's the clover, but you put a black centre in that, it's a perfect poppy.
Poppy, yeah, of course. And we have got some black centres. We've got the black stamens.
We have. Yeah, but just doing one petal and sticking a black centre in the middle would be a little bit of a short demonstration.
But you absolutely can at home.
Yes, absolutely.
Because actually it's not too far, hang on, what month are we in? Yeah, it's not too far off for Remembrance Sunday, is it?
Oh, absolutely.
Which is obviously the start of November. So they'd be great if you wanted to do them as fundraising poppies, possibly.
Of course. Yeah, if you look at it just sat there with a black centre,
yeah,
it is perfectly a poppy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So even after all this time with playing with them, I've just discovered another flower there it is.
And that's the fun thing, I suppose, isn't it?
It is. Even after I've had these since they first came out, so even after all this time, I just looked at that and I thought, ooh, poppy.
It's brilliant.
So, yeah. So that's all I'm doing with these ones. I don't want to distress these ones. I just want to get that lovely dome effect again on each of the petals.
Okay.
So giving it a gentle squishing. If you wanted to make, obviously you pick your thing up and, if you wanted to make them more cup-like. One of these days, I will actually call something by the phrase or name that it really is. I like to, it's not that I like to, I think my brain just is too old to remember new things.
Oh.
So some of those, just by squishing them, have gone perfectly round. Some have shrunk a little bit more. But that's just how the foam is. You can always put it back on and reheat. If you've left it on too long or it's shrunk a little bit too much, either stretch it out or you can put it back on to reshape it.
Great.
Once they're fully cooled down, it doesn't matter. You can reheat them back up.
Brilliant.
And try again, which is all part of the fun. Because if you've shaped your petal and you don't want it that way, just give it another reheating.
That's lovely. Loads of you are buying the foam. Thankfully, we've got a decent quantity. However, that is diminishing. So if you do need foam, feel free to fling the foam in your basket right now, if you so wish. Or don't forget, there are other foams on the website if you want to have a little look, like the autumn hues, for example, are on there. So if you did want to have a look for that, you could, or the holiday hues as well. So have a little look on there if you'd like that.
But if you're anything like me, you will absolutely need one of every pack, because all the colours are just so beautiful. Yeah, it's another one of those things that as crafters we will collect. We need like one of everything. Sometimes one to stroke, one to sniff, and one to use. It has to, you know what we like when we get a new paper pad.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just gonna sort of size, line these up so I know what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do, normally I have, and I didn't bring one with me and I should have done, I have a little box of beads, little pearls, things like that.
Okay, yeah.
And what I would do is I would normally just glue one of those into the middle of the top. But I haven't brought one, so I've just screwed up a little piece of my tissue paper just into a little ball.
Okay.
And I'm going to put it into the most closed one and detach my thumb from it. So pretend that's a little pearlescent bead in there. So just hold that down till it dries. So what I'm going to do is...
Does it have to be a 3D bead?
No, I find putting a bead in the top just the easiest. It can be anything that you want to put in the top, because for the most part, once I've glued the petals round, you're not really going to see...
Oh yeah, you only get a little hint of it.
See it, yeah.
Because I was thinking you could use one of those ruby red slipper gems that we had in the brand new box earlier on.
Perfect.
Because we hadn't seen anything like those before, had we?
No,
so that could be good.
So just closing my petals round and then trying... I keep sticking my fingers stuck to this more than the... So I've just glued, just get rid of all them strings. So what you could do is, just stick one of those lovely ruby red crystal things on the top there so you wouldn't see it. Or, you could squash that a lot further down, so once you glued your petals round, you won't see it as much. You could put a little bit of glitter glue on the top, anything.
I suppose you could even colour it in with some of your ink, couldn't you?
Absolutely, yeah. The options are just endless.
That's brilliant, it really is. If you do have any questions for the lovely Michelle, do feel free to get in touch, and don't forget she used to be part of our design team too, so if you've got any questions about what it's like doing that, do feel free to let us know. If you just want to be nosy, I don't mind. Maybe you fancy asking her, if she was a flavour of crisps, what would she be and why? Feel free, it's a Saturday night, let's go rogue. The information's at the bottom of your screen. If you do have any questions that are craft related, that's fine too. So yes, do feel free to get social with us. Quite a few of you talking about a dancing show that I've never heard of, apparently.
What's that?
Yes, Sarah is quite busy at the moment by all accounts, so I've heard. I wouldn't like to say doing very well, but she is. Doing very well right now, Michelle.
Is she?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's great. Do we have people watching while we're in here doing this fabulous demo?
And I'll tell you for why. Susie, lovely in charge of socials tonight, says, there's loads of talk on socials. Sarah's just dancing on Strictly. I'm not sure what to say to you all because you want to watch it yourselves later. No. So Susie's like, I don't want to put anything up in case it's a plot spoiler for us lot in here. You may or may not have heard Debby whooping outside. That's how we're getting a gauge of how well people are doing.
So if we look a little bit dazed or distracted, it's Debby.
Debby going, woohoo, come on, Sarah!
So what I'm doing is I'm using my smallest one at the minute and just gluing in the centre of each petal, just pulling it back, gluing in the centre, and then just gluing it up. I'm going to do that all the way around. Gluing.
And how much glue are you going, you know, if we were to relate the glue size to something we all know, is it smaller than a pea?
Yes. Yes.
Smaller than a pea.
So I'm just putting just a tiniest little dot of
bigger
glue.
than a pinhead?
Yeah, roughly about that,
Okay.
I would say. Yeah.
Cool.
So when you put this into the next one, offset it so your edges of the petals put into the middle of that one. So then when that comes up, it covers it up. It's
I
just
get you.
offsetting each petal again. So glue that in there, hold it down.
So with this technique, you don't need wire or anything, do you?
No, you don't. Like I said before, you don't need the wire. The stamens are beautiful and they're an absolute must. But if you want to use other dies where you know the centre is too small for your stamens to go through, then yeah, by all means, a gem, buttons always look really cute in the middle. Try not to glue your thumb to it. So again, just a little bit of glue in the middle and then holding it up. And then the same with that one.
Don't forget, we have got some votes coming up for you tonight, and I don't just mean on any old channel, I do mean this one. Although I think there's quite a few votes that could take place tonight. If you would like to vote for demo of the show and demo of the day, they're coming up on this channel in a little bit. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, vote for Sarah.
Yes. Yeah. So I've moved on to the next size now, and
Khaki Blue is saying, does the hot glue not affect or melt the foam?
if you put too much on, yes, definitely. But I'm putting just a tiny little blob, and then holding it up. You will find if you use a lot, it will make it sort of shrinks back.
I get you.
But
could you still use it though if it did that on, say, just 1 or 2 petals?
Yeah, carry on, because you know you're layering them up, and flowers, by the nature of what they are, aren't perfect. They sometimes grow a bit odd, and they're not all exactly the same anyway. You look at one rose to the next, you get quite a difference.
Definitely.
So we'll use one more in this size.
Okay.
I've got more glue on me than I have these petals.
Always the way.
Offset it again. Bob it in the middle of there.
And if you do end up with little stringy bits, what do you do to tackle that?
Heat gun. Just run your heat gun or your hairdryer, just give it, and they just shrivel away and disappear.
Like magic.
Just like magic, yeah. Not that I can get it off me in the same way. So this is the last layer I think I'm going to glue up. So obviously you would take a little bit more time than me, but like I say, flowers aren't all identical. They're not all identical, are they? I am saying that right, good.
No, you're right, they're absolutely not. No, they're all different.
So
just like us and snowflakes.
that's it. And then
lots of you getting involved, saying how much you are absolutely loving these. Thank you all very much for your lovely comments. We will be doing demo of the Shovo in just a bit. Kathy C is saying, I love the way the flower is turning out, Michelle.
Oh, thank you. So I've moved on to the biggest one now. Okay. And I've just glued one on. I'm not going to glue those petals up, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that next one, I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to glue that into the middle.
We have been sent some more photos too, which is lovely. We'll be showing them in just a few ticks.
And then again, one more. Oh,
that was lovely, wasn't it?
So So let me see if I've got a little gem here. Ooh,
what about one of them snazzy red ones?
I know.
Have you got it?
Debbie took. I think Debbie took them.
You're joking. I knew someone was going to 5-finger discount them. I knew it.
So what I'm going to do is, let me just stretch the green one out just a little bit more.
Okay.
Because that's one that's shriveled up a little bit more than I wanted it to, which is fine. You just stretch them back out again. And then I'm going to stick this to
lovely.
To that, and then what I'm going to do is just take my pokey tool, and everything's glued to everything. And then I'm just going to, just on some of them, I'm just going to give them a curl. Just give it a little twist. Because then you see the heat between you rubbing your thumb with the pokey tool, it just gives them a nice curl. And
Makes
some
it
of them,
really realistic.
yeah, so some of them just curling a little bit on that side, and then on that side curl it down. And then so go around and do that on whichever ones you feel you want to curl up or curl down a little bit. Entirely up to you. And then if we'll stick a little peachy one in, that will do, just on the top. And then so that's so
cute.
And then you've got your little, I like to finish them off with the same petal but in green. Because you find that on your flowers anyway.
You do indeed.
Because that's the bit that protects it when it's in the bud.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, make sure you do get rid of all your little glue strings, but...
Well, Michelle, that looks absolutely great. From a flat out piece of foam to a 3D everlasting rose. I adore that. Oh my goodness, imagine using like sparkle pens or something on it. If you've got anyone in your family who loves Beauty and the Beast, like the enchanted rose, that would look great.
Yes. Or what you could do with this is attach it to a little bit of ribbon for your wrist.
Yeah.
And then bob it in your little acetate box, and then you've got a little...
Oh, what are they called?
Is it
not
croissant?
A croissant. Yes, croissant, not croissant.
And then...
Sorry, I might be hungry. That is adorable, Michelle. Thank you so much. We are going to be voting on demo of the show. Do you mind getting the pieces you've made out for us to have a nosy at?
Absolutely.
And whilst we are, let me just tell you of some of the other goodies you're going to want to get your hands in. I want to remind you, you've got lots of different types of your foam. This is how those flowers started out life. Well, not that colour, but these colours. You have started off life just as a selection of your foam, and with the power of the heat, the tools and your own panache, you can turn those into fabulous flowers. This is the range of colours you're getting. Pure white, 7 sheets of those. You can make them any colour you want. Great for vintage. In this one, it's your multicoloured set. You're getting one of each of these hues, and then you've got your foliage greens as well. The 2 different shades of hues that you can use in multiple different designs. So all of those together, that's a lot you're going to be able to make. All your price on screen, you're saving over 30%. If you're platinum, even better. If you're looking at this and you're just in awe and you think, I want to be able to make one, let me tell you, you need... I love that noise. Does anyone else think that that's the type of noise that if a octopus put its feet on your face... I always think that. Anyway, if you do need a die cutting machine, all of these dies that I've brought to you in this show, as the main features go through this is the machine you'll need. It comes with the plates. You put the die on, you put your foam on, you run this through, and they'll be cut out perfectly. It comes with the bag as well. All of this with the bag is just $29.99 or $44.95. You need the tools, as a lovely lady mentioned earlier on. The tools are the things you need because they really do make it or break it. And I have got for you the tools that we've used. So this is the distress tool. This one we didn't use on the rose, but we used on the pieces, the initial piece that we created. It gives you this kind of texture to your design. And then you've got those doming tools as well. It's different sizes on each one. You also get the foam mat that you will have seen the lovely Michelle had near the base of her iron to drop her pieces on. You've been sending in your inspiration to inspire us and show us what you've been up to, which we're truly grateful for. It's really lovely when you share these things. Let's have a little look at Laurie. Thank you for resending this, Laurie. We're so happy you could. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. That's beautiful. That's really timeless, and I like that. I think that's beautiful. And Timothy sent us loads of photos. We're just having a little nosy at one of them for now. We'll save some for other days, if that's all right, Timothy. But I love that one. That is a party one, isn't it? Yes. Oh yeah. Oh, Saturday night, open up the bubbles. Why not? Thank you so much, everyone who did send in your pictures. And Timothy, we'll try and have a little nosy. We're going to try and see some more actually after the break if we manage to. We are going to head on into a break because I would be happy if you don't mind checking out your baskets just so we can give final notches on if we've got any of the foam left and the Stamen left. And whilst you are looking at this, do check out those baskets, get those votes coming in and have a little nosy at this to tell you more about CTV.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Welcome back, and well done to everyone who's checked out those baskets. Now, I will just let you know, I'm afraid we're going to have to close the show a little bit earlier. We are having a few technical issues at the moment, so I'm really sorry. I know some of you have been voting. We're not actually able to calculate those at the moment, so we're not able to do vote for demo of the show or demo of the day today. However, if you join me and the lovely Bernie tomorrow morning, which is 12 p.m. UK time, 7 a.m. Eastern time, 4 a.m. Pacific, then we will do those votes in that time. I'm really sorry about that. It's just a few technical issues. I'd love to take a moment to say congratulations. Well done as always for today. Thank you so much, Michelle. When are you with us next?
Next week.
We will see you next week. I'll see you tomorrow with Bernie for brand new fabrics and more. Have a great evening, my loves.